Hello folks, and welcome back to World of Warcraft. This is going to be the Legion Prepatch. I'll explain what's on screen now in just one sec. Just have to eyeball a few things first. Yeah, it seems that only XSplit, Battle.net and WoW's open. I could have, just to explain why I'm checking it now, I get worried again the moment I start recording, so I have to do it now. If I check before recording, I get worried the moment I start it, so I just cut that part out and check now. Yeah, only they're open and it's actually recording. Would hate to do all this and not to keep it. But yeah, I'm after recording the just unplug my phone here. Just after recording the well, not recording. I'm just after watching the Legion cinematic thing. You know, with Rin and Sylvanas. Excuse me. Okay. And just to explain this, as I was saying before my Warriors videos, I am leveling up alts on both Horde and Alliance side, and I'm leveling up one of each race, one of each class up to max level. And so this is what, so these are the characters I've been working on so far, except this one. These are 4 I've done so far. Just started on Globnak here. Just recorded a bit of it yesterday. Correction. Actually, no, yesterday is correct. It just... How do I explain it? I actually, my words are failing, but yeah, it was yesterday. I thought it could be still the same day, because I actually recorded him at like 5 AM, and I was thinking, oh, it's just, you know, later that day, but nah, it's ticked over to the day after. Also, one thing that has changed since my last, my latest released WoW vid, and it's that I have switched over to Argent Dawn in an attempt to get the Grove, whatever mount, Grove Warden mount. I jumped over to Argent Dawn because I actually got an offer, you know, a guild swap offer thing from someone over here. Though annoyingly, the day after I swapped over, I still haven't actually joined the guild yet. I was informed, well, on Twitter, via Twitter, like someone tweeted about it, that the pre-patch was launching like the week after today, well, yesterday, and the Grove Warden was being removed. Ain't that fantastic? So yeah, I'm sadly not after getting that. There's also still a bit more to my Warlords series, though to be honest, it's just me mainly trying to gear up for heroic Archimon, heroic Hellfire Citadel, and whatnot. I did finish off the... you know how I got an extra quest from Khadgar at the end of the Gifted Inaro thing? There's a episode that's subtitled Gifted Inaro. At the end of that, at the end of that episode, part A of it, I think, I get an extra thing, an extra quest from Khadgar to go defeat Rune Gul'dan's plans, and I do that in a later episode. So I do stuff beyond just trying to gear up. So some changes have been made. That's like this, like the text is no longer staying up. There's class changes. Legion's coming soon, and then there's the new transmogrification thing. Class has been reset. So I'll just have to have a look at the audio. Oh, it's actually windowed full screen. Here, let me fix this, folks. Hey folks, and I'm back. Recording locally, recording locally, recording locally, recording locally, recording locally, recording locally, recording locally. Everything's taking up fantastically. Yep, all's well. Back in. Alright, let's have a look at the new changes. Really? I thought there was going to be a new tier to this, because, you know, new expansion. Also, I've actually made this go out of sync. Let's wreck them all. No fun. Anyway, so I can get final verdict. Really, on level 15 you can get execution sentence? And why is that? Why is the cooldowns green? Wouldn't that imply that it's been reduced somehow? Hand of Hindrance. This is new. Place a hand on an enemy target, reducing movement speed by 70%. Also, I will be doing this for a bit, so if you're not interested in this, may want to skip ahead or skip to the next video or something. Oh, also, if you're wondering why you can see trade chat here, I had actually done... Okay, I'd done some shenanigans to it. Yeah, moved to a new window. But, close window. Whoops. I'll get trade chat back again some other time. But, okay, yeah, that is... Ooh, Greater Blessings. This is cool. Greater Blessing of Wisdom. Cool. Oh, baby. I can have all the Greater Blessings on at the same time. Blessing of Kings. This is a new one. I'm just going to keep getting these achievements bit by bit. These have all been changed. Might be happy with this, I don't know. Places a blessing on an enemy that grants them an absorption shield. It absorbs up to 10,000, just over 10,000 damage, and will actually, I never checked the audio. I don't even know if you can hear me. Yeah, all is well. Let's do this again. And I'll have a look at all different things. Anyway, and will be refreshed to full strength every 6 seconds, even if fully consumed. Okay, yeah, I'll be using that. Place a blessing on an ally that gives their attacks 10% chance to deal 30% additional damage as holy. That's nice. And this places blessing on an ally that causes them to regenerate 1% of their maximum health and mana every 15 seconds. That's pretty goddamn useful. Blade of Justice. Strike an enemy with the Blade of Justice, dealing 34,000 physical damage, and generates 2 holy power. Shield of Vengeance. Creates a barrier of holy light that absorbs 56,000... Wait, some things from here got removed. I know a heal thing, you know, the Holy Glories. I think that's something else, very much different. But Word of Glory's upgraded form got removed. I know that, but what about the rest? Oh, trade's back. Yeah. But anyway, let's toss this down here. It basically gives a shield. When it's consumed, all damage absorbed is dealt as holy damage, divided across all enemies within 8 yards. Okay, I can see myself using a lot of these when soloing, or if a raid goes poorly, like tank dies. Actually, saying that reminds me of a thing. On a few occasions, I've been like doing a raid or a dungeon, and the healer died, so I tried to heal. Yeah, I actually remember we were doing a heroic version of the Cataclysm ZG, and on the cat boss, our healer died, and I kept the tank alive, and we just managed to kill the enemy, and then I keeled over. So anyway, This is Final Verdict. Unlike the previous Final Verdict, this is a passive. The previous Final Verdict, for those who don't know, was a new ability, replaced Templar's Verdict. But this increases the damage done by Templar's Verdict by 20% and the damage done by Divine Storm by 10. Execution Sentence. Oh, I never find out what about this. Ooh, these are rejigged. Okay, I have 1% versatility. Wait, I should have higher. I think my gear has been rejigged. It certainly looks different. Just something about the icon, the layout of it or something. It looks like it's different. Maybe it's because it's over here rather than here. I guess it's some change, but I can't put my finger on it. But whatever. So yeah, there's been some changes here. So strength, stamina, and armor are the only stats I can worry about. I've 17% critical strike, 40% haste, 40 mastery, and 1% versatility. So anyway, haste. That's why these have the green thing. This a hammer slowly falls from the sky, dealing 65,000 holy damage after 6.1 seconds. Okay, that's different to the previous execution sentence, which was a dot that slowly built in power. While this consecrates lands beneath you, causing 15,000 holy damage over 10.5 seconds to all enemies who enter the area. I'm not sure I'm not sure what I'll go with. We'll have to wait and see it for all the talents. The Fires of Justice reduces the cooldown of Crusader Strike by 0.1 seconds and gives it a 15% chance to reduce the cost of your next damaging or healing holy power by 1. Okay, Zeal replaces Crusader Strike, and actually I think uses the same icon as the former Seal. Okay, so it does 24,000 physical damage with a maximum of 2 charges and grants Zeal, causing Zeal to attack. It is causing Zeal attacks to chain to additional nearby target per stack, with a maximum of 3 stacks, and each jump does 40% less damage. As in, each time it jumps, it'll do 40% less, or is that 40%? Like, say if it will just do 60% to each target, and that's 6% of the original attack. Because if it's, it'll jump and go down to 6% of the original, and then keep losing the extra 40% each time. That's, I presume we have the they'll go by 40% of the most recent figure. That's it gets pretty weak, but it's extra damage. Greater Judgment. Your Judgment ability hits 2 additional nearby enemies and always deals a critical strike against targets above 50% health. Okay. Oh, Fist of Justice. That's been changed. Alright, this used to be a stun. It was a vastly superior version of Hammer of Justice. Hammer of Justice is a 1-minute thing. Fist of Justice happened like every 20 seconds. It was a good stun. Your damage dealing abilities that spend holy power reduce the main cooldown on Hammer of Justice by 8 seconds. This is Repentance, it just makes it... Okay, this is different. Forces an enemy target to meditate, incapacitating the target and dealing up to a maximum of 25% of the target's health and damage over 1 minute. Usable against demons, dragonkin, giants, humanoids, and undead. They never used to do damage before. Blinding Light. This blinds enemies within 10 yards and does 17,000 holy damage, causes them to wander, disorientated for 6 seconds, and non-holy damage will break the disorientate effect. That used to not have a holy component to it, or allow holy damage to keep battering them. Virtue's Blade. Blade of Justice, critical strikes now deal 3 times normal damage. Keep in mind all these stats will change as you get better gear and all that. Anyway, Blade of Wrath strikes an enemy with the Blade of Wrath, dealing 10,000 holy damage as well as an additional 11,000 over 5.3 seconds, and generates 2 holy power. Divine Hammer replaces Blade of Justice. Divine Hammer spin around you, damaging enemies within 8 yards for 3,000 holy damage instantly, and every 1.8 seconds for 10.5 seconds. generates 2 holy power. Justicar's Vengeance, a weapon strike that deals 47,000 holy damage and restores health equivalent to the damage done. Deals 100% additional damage and healing when used against a stunned target. Now that's just sexy. Like seriously. Eye for an Eye reduces physical damage you take by 35% and instantly counter strikes against any enemy that strikes you in melee combat for 15,000 physical damage. Lasts 10 seconds. And this is Word of Glory. Heal yourself and up to 5 friendly targets within 15 yards for 51,000 health. Maximum 2 charges. Really? Really? That's awesome. I would love that. That's a nice spell. But I want Justicar's Vengeance. I'm sorry, that's just awesome. Divine Intervention. Reduces your Divine Shield cooldown by 50%. In addition to any attack that will kill you, will instead reduce you to 20% of your health, 20% of your maximum health, and triggers Divine Shield. Cannot occur while Divine Shield is on cooldown or Forbearance is active. If you cast Lay on Hands on yourself, you'll get Forbearance. It's a debuff to prevent you from using, then going into Divine Shield. Summons your Holy Mount to ride for 3 seconds, increasing movement speed by 100%. Usable while indoors or in combat. I suppose that could be useful, but it seems like more of a situational kind of thing. Draws upon your Holy Energy to increase your movement speed by 20% for 20 seconds per Holy Power spent. Wait, my movement speed will have gone down, won't it? Damn it! I had a talent here that increased my movement speed just for having it, and then for each holy power I had, it would increase it even further passively. I didn't have to spend anything. I'm almost tempted by this, because I use Divine Shield a bit. Anyway, Divine Purpose. Your holy power spending abilities have a 20% chance to make your next holy power spending ability free. Crusade. Increases your damage and haste by 3.5% for 20 seconds. Each holy power spent during Crusade increases damage and haste by an additional 3.5% with a maximum of 15 sacks. While Holy Wrath deals holy damage up to 4 enemies within 10 yards equal to 200% of your maximum health. Deals 50% of missing health against enemy players. Okay. So this Avenging Wrath increases all damage and healing you deal by 35%, while this increases my damage and haste. That's kind of a hard choice. Also, here's the honor talents, and you can only get these at 110. Yeah, and I think these are only applicable to PvP. You can't use them outside. Or can you? Some of these stuff looks like they don't have a PvP stipulation to them, you know? Like, removes all movement impairing effects and effects which cause growth. Well, okay, that does, but if you move to here it doesn't. But maybe it's just, it may not be stated, but it is part and parcel of it. Eye to the Martyr. Strong instant heal with some drawback of costing some of your own health. That's interesting. Here, just one sec. Sorry, I thought I heard something in the background. Ooh, and glyphs are gone. Oh, that sucks. You know that Blood Elf, well, there's a mage that I was leveling. You saw her earlier. Yeah, there, and they do inscription. Oh, that sucks. Wait, they couldn't have just gotten rid of the contents of a talent. Of a profession. Oh, I'm going to be looking into that. Unquenchable Doomfire Sensor. Alright. But anyway, now that we've seen these, let's see what I want. So basically this is just a passive thing that buffs two of my abilities, a single target and an AoE. Fair enough. This is a powerful single target ability with some degree of range.